Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about The Walking Dead Season 9. This is for those who are watching after this goes live. Live stream, people are just piling in now, so we will wait a few seconds before we officially open up. Let me pop out the chat. I'm popping that chat out, baby. It feels dirty. It feels good, though. I'm popping it right out. Let's pop that chat out. Hello, chat. Fucking loved it. Hold on. I loved it. I hate belts sitting down. Always. Give it another minute. It says one person's watching. 50 people are talking in the chat. Come on, YouTube. Go home. You're drunk. Wait, let me turn the mic towards my face. We're going to start the live stream in a second. Well, we already started it, but I'm going to start talking about it. If you're new here, what we do is we're going to do a first impression review for the first 10 to 15 minutes, probably 20 for this episode because I fucking loved it. And then we're going to answer some, or not answer, but get into some fan feedback from you guys. After that point, we'll go into the fan feedback section. I said that twice for no reason. Hold on. Steady hands. Steady hands. I'm wobbling all over the place. Okay. Let's get into this shit. Vape Nation. I didn't even fucking pull that. I think there's enough people in here. We're going to dive right into this. My notepad, I would make Yvette Nicole Brown proud. Look at that shit. Let's dive right in. Season 9, Episode 2. Before we begin, I want to let you guys know, if you haven't, where's that picture? If you have not, if you're new here, or if you have not received any notification for what's called the Deeper Into The Walking Dead, I'm looking for the thumbnail now. I'll put it on the screen real quick. For every single episode around Tuesday, I was going to try to do it on Monday nights, but on Tuesday, this is going to be the thumbnail for the Season 9. It'll have the numbers and it'll have artwork within the numbers. I love that, man. But it's going to be called Deeper Into The Walking Dead, and every Tuesday, hopefully, there's a lot of editing, but it's a new series I'm doing. I've already started on a couple surprise ones that I think you'll guys, because right now it looks like it's just The Walking Dead, you know? And then I got a couple surprise deeper intos. I really wish, I mean, when I release them, you'll probably be like, oh, well, that was nothing, but I have a couple that I'm really excited for. It has nothing to do with The Walking Dead, but still kind of that, you know, sci-fi horror genre. Some of it isn't even movies or TV, just to give you a little hint, but I'm so excited. But the Deeper Into series will become, in 2019, one of the bigger staples of the channel. It's something I've been working towards for a while, and I'm happy we're getting there. Now that we've waited and got a few hundred people into the chat, let's dive straight into the episode. The previously on, there's only 2 negatives that stood out to me in this episode. Previously on The Walking Dead, it's too much Lost. In Lost, if you never watched that series, all of the actors used to do the previously on Lost. And when The Walking Dead does it, I think Andrew Lincoln was tonight, it breaks the immersion a little bit. And this is a nitpicky thing. If you want to be like, Ronnie, that's nitpicky, hey, I know. But I don't like it. I like the original guy. Maybe AMC decided they could cut that, paying that guy, and that's a budget they could cut, and then just have the actors do it, because they'll probably just do it for free. I mean, I'd do it for free. AMC, I would have the perfect voice for it. You ready? Previously on The Walking Dead. No, sorry, I probably blew anyone's eardrums out who had headphones on. All right, moving on quickly, because that was horrible. Yeah, really tiny nitpick, but picking right up, it's day 35. We have a 1-month time skip. They're doing the bridge. We have the construction site next to the camp. I love that feel of them living in this world. I've been saying for such a long time that I'm not here for them to give us, you know, over the top, insane, complicated, convoluted storylines. You know, I'm here to watch these people live and survive in the zombie apocalypse from when it's fresh all the way. Oh, that sucks. The intro guy died? Oh, well, rest in peace, intro guy. Rest in peace, homie. That does suck. I really wish I knew his name, because now I feel like a giant dick. Alright, but here. Rest in peace, homie. That does suck. A lot of people are saying it, so it must be true and not a troll. Alright. Moving on, though. Having them do the construction site next to the bridge and just having Rick and Eugene do the little walkthrough and then seeing them and seeing the camp. I really like that because it's them in this world living and creating more. We'll touch on that in a second, but Ezekiel and Henry, their little back and forth, especially the little line, and it's always those little realistic moments of dialogue where Ezekiel says, your grandkids will be walking across this bridge and you get to tell them about how you helped build it and stuff. Love those moments. Maggie on the horse, for comic book fans, that's ripped right out of the comic. Even her outfit, which was, I loved it. As a comic book fan, I was geeking out. They did the outfit and everything, the way she looked. And I do want to compliment how she does look tired. And I said this in a prediction video. She's very pretty. The actress, Lauren Cohan, is absolutely attractive. You can't make her ugly. I'm not saying this, in regards to how she looks. She's beautiful even when she's tired, but it looked like she had bags under her eyes, and I hope that's what they were going for because she looked exhausted. Even the way she spoke to Michonne, she even spoke as if that was all what they were going for. And like I said, I hope that's what they were going for because she looked just drained, exhausted, and not in a way where the actor was out partying and just doesn't give a shit about the role. It fit the role. And then we have the fight with commercial break. Okay, that's one more other negative. Didn't like it. I don't like when they do these action pieces and then they cut to commercial break. I don't think I'm ever going to like that. That could be nitpicky. That can be, real. I don't know. I just didn't like it. The image is the girl from the church. I don't know how many people picked up on that, but she is one of my favorite walkers. And what I'm talking about is Annie is drawing this image of this girl for Father Gabriel. And the girl with the glasses is the girl who is the church walker. She's a really wicked looking walker. I like that. And I'm assuming it's supposed to be the same girl because it looked like her. They had a picture of her in that episode too, back in like season 5. It was a picture with Gabriel and that girl. So she had to have been the same girl because he said they were close. Did you guys notice Maggie told Jesus they had, and let me know if you guys can hear me good. I feel like I can't hear it so good, but the microphones is acting like it's maxing out. Anyway, the letters. Who heard Jesus and Maggie talking about getting letters from Georgie, and Jesus says that Georgie is trying to recruit her, and automatically I'm thinking, well, look at there you have the nitpick. There you have the way out, the exit for Maggie, a possible open-ended exit for her storyline going with Georgie. That was probably one of the most, predictable way outs, either Georgie or the helicopter. It's really the only options we have that's already set up, unless there's another option that they're going to bring forth within the season 9 episode. We got Tammy visiting Earl, was a nice touch. Absolutely love that. The drinking like Herschel, I didn't know Maggie was gonna talk to Michonne about it, so you could kind of say that's a little on the nose, but I thought that was a great scene where Tammy is down there talking to her husband's talking about losing her son, and it was a really emotional scene for characters that we're new and fresh with, and I thought it worked, and it worked perfectly. Seeing how that affected Maggie, and then knowing that her father was a drinker and all that, touching back on that was a great touch. The crane with Tara has nothing to do with the story, but I should have put the air conditioning on. Has nothing to do with the story, but I like that having the old world stuff repurposed. Actually, it's the new world, old world stuff being repurposed in this new zombie apocalypse world. The communications is great. We always want to see them being smart about what they do, and here they show that. They show that they know that they got lookouts. They know there's a herd coming. They know they're going to make noise with this blast. They have it set up with walkie-talkie and communications. I wrote down Piper 2. Who is that? Because I thought they were going to leave it for kind of like a mystery to follow up, but they came right back and showed us that it was that dude. You have the horses where Daryl Dixon's cutting the wood, and you show the horses starting to get spooked. You don't have to dive straight into it with the zombies. You have the horses get spooked. That one little scene, too, in that little bit of buildup, was a lot better. I love that. Instead of just having the zombies popping right out and be like, oh shit, hits the fan, take that 10 seconds to just build it up a little bit, and it adds to the scene, I felt. Aaron getting fucked up was a complete and absolute shock and surprise to me. I did not know that. I don't know how I missed those in spoilers. They had to have been out there. I mean, they had to have been out there. But I legit had no clue that was coming. And it was like, and that was another refresher of how spoilers affect your watching. If you're into it, you're into it. But I'm talking about people who aren't into it. Me not being into spoilers and then not knowing this was coming and then this came up. I was digging it. I was digging it hardcore. Did you need something?
Yeah, where are the Band-Aids for this?
Same spot. They always were.
Okay.
Medicine cabinet. She got mouthy, so I had to pop her in the nose once. That's why she's bleeding. Who believes that?
Happens all the time. It's not new.
Don't tell them. All right.
Just did.
We got... Yeah, so Aaron... that part was badass. I like that. And when they pulled his arm out and it was all mangled and it had that broken bone, I instantly was like, oh, dude, that is bad. How are they gonna fix that? And I've been saying, I think I said this a while ago, which fits perfect. Aaron looks like New Beginning Rick. When they showed Aaron the first time in the promotional images, I was like, yo, that is like New Beginning Rick. Now it seems like they're just giving us that visual, which as a... honey, you need to get that door shut. That fire alarm, I can't tolerate that. That is insane.
I just need to get this on me.
You're okay. The cat scratched her. I didn't really punch her. So, wait, where's my notes?
Try blaming it on the cat. Cat's innocent.
You're funny. Get that door shut before you get it again.
Oh wait, the cat's playing with your toe. Oh my gosh, don't look behind you.
Oh, Chibi, get going. Those are my predators. All right.
The cat punch me? Let's go.
Yeah, Aaron having that visual looking like comic Rick is, again, it's fan service, but I loved it. I loved it a lot. Not only that, when Rick sat down to talk with Aaron, again, it's the dialogue. It is hitting at every single character in all their dialogue, even when it gets a little comedic. It's just enough, not too much. It's not absent. All the characters expressing themselves, but not spoon-feeding us the stuff. One of the scenes is debatable with Maggie talking to Michonne about her father being a drunk, yada, yada, yada. Right when Maggie said it, I was like, there you go again, writers. You're giving us too much, you're spoon-feeding it. But then when Michonne had that real, it affected her, I remembered, oh my God, that's right. Michonne built a connection with Herschel, as the character, so... That's a fine line between spoon-feeding the audience, but also keeping it realistic in that world. And I feel like we can't tell them we want realistic dialogue, but then knock them for spoon-feeding us the information. So I give that a complete pass because Michonne had that connection. So you want that little bit of connection to seep through, even though it could, in other circumstances, seem like it's spoon-feeding us the information. And I'm talking about what affected Maggie. We know it was the drinking and the connection to her father. Having her say it, though, even though in a different circumstance I would call it spoon-feeding it, having her say it, though, is it's definitely hitting because of how it cements the fact that Herschel helped all of those survivors, all of them get to the point, like Carl, even though he's dead now, he still was able to live long enough to become best friends with Michonne. All those others survived. Who knows what would have happened. So I don't want to, tread old ground of what we already seen, but just that connection she made, I think it definitely works for her talk. I'll shut up about that. I already talked too much about that. Pissed Daryl, I like Pissed Daryl. Who doesn't like Pissed Daryl? Yo, and that's the thing too, is because we like Aaron and Ross McCoward. What's his name? I can never get his last name right, but Ross, he has a level of charisma where he's likable. He's very likable, and having him and Daryl be buddies, and then him get hurt because one of the saviors, the guy on top, I thought he was going to get his ass beat. The guy who let the log down, he was a big bitch. But it was also the other guy who didn't direct the herds. And when Daryl was walking off, I was in the moment being like, yeah, you know what, you fuck him up, you know? Because that, again, and it has to do with Aaron's character being likable, Aaron's character being one of the first, or the first, to approach them and bring our characters to Alexandria, give them water, be nice to them, have faith in them, you know, know that they're good people and give them a shot and stuff like that. So we like Aaron, you know? Plus the actor is definitely likable with his level of charisma. What did I heard there was trouble. What was that? I wrote down, I heard there was trouble. Oh, when I was talking about having just enough humor, Ezekiel's one line where Carol is like, wait, I thought you left. And he's like, I heard there was trouble. The way he did that line, I don't know what it was. I don't think it was meant to be funny. Maybe it was like a little chuckle, but I was dying though. I don't know what it was. We got Aaron is Comic Rick. I already went through that. Rick and Stitches. Oh, how about when Rick approached Shitlicker too? What's his name? Justin. Justin's like, yo, you better get your bitch on a leash. And Rick comes up to him and lays the law down. He was like, Stitches wouldn't even fix what I do to you. I was like, oh, that's my man Rick. Rick and Aaron's scene was great. Gabe and Ann, I had no idea they were gonna ship them too, and I gotta tell you, it worked. It worked for me. And the the POV and the sound. My only other nitpick kind of complaint, the one I don't feel like is a nitpick, when Justin is walking at nighttime, and I do gotta go back and watch my prediction video, because I threw that out there as kind of like, it would be fun if they did this, and honest to God, I did not even feel confident that they would do that, because we go over a lot of different things that they could do, and having somebody being killed, and then leave it as a surprise, my God, that was a prediction that was right on the money, and it was one of those throwaway predictions, because I made that video being like, yo, I think this might be like Rick's body, but the boots is so weird, and I meant to touch on Justin in that video, and I screwed it up. I was tired and I was exhausted. It was one of the worst videos I did, and then I was like, no, I need to redeem myself, so I made a follow-up video. I looked at the clothes, I matched it up to Justin, and I was like, yo, it's Justin, he's the body in the trailer, and then I gotta go back and rewatch it, because I did that prediction video on the fly, and I forget what it was about his body laying there. I was like, yo, it seems like it's already there, it's not an action moment, it has to be like somebody killed him and kind of left him there, and at first I was like, is Carol like, you know, because she had that ordeal in the prison. Anyway, taking it back to the little bit I didn't like, though, is when Justin's walking down the street or the gravel road, that's one thing I do want not only The Walking Dead but other future zombie shows to improve on, or to add to, or to actually just do, is to kind of follow them to, you know, actually, and it's weird to explain, it's a long take, you follow, no score, keep it realistic, like keep us immersed right there in with them, have us on that gravel road, again, no score, walking through, give us a wide view, not just focused on the actor, give us enough background and view to let the world open up. I think that's very important for directing and world building and what they're doing. I think it really, and the immersion, I think it helps a lot. Well, when he's walking down that gravel road, you get the old Friday the 13th style point of view. Me being a big Friday the 13th fan, I was like, okay, I'm digging this. But then they did the soundtrack. You heard the twigs snap. It was like crunch, and then it was like da-na-na-na, and oh no, whoa, yo, fall back, son, what the fuck you doing? That soundtrack, If I could take one complaint, nitpick or not, that soundtrack coming in, the score, I should say, soundtrack. Mm-hmm. The score coming in right at that moment, nah, homie, I'm noping the fuck out of that. That shit should not go down like that. We should have kept it natural, kept the immersion intact, have the twig, have them come out. And I thought it was going to hint at whispers, even though it might not be whispers, to try to set us up. But then he knew the person. So it can't be Daryl. I know that's the most obvious pick because his response would be different. So it would have to be either, I'm guessing, a savior or that dude with the beard, something like that. It would have to be other saviors because we heard other saviors disappeared. So if there was some saviors that left but didn't leave, kind of like, remember Ezekiel told Carol, maybe you can go but not go, and then he snorted some other drugs because that's some fucking shit to say. But it had to have been some saviors that left but didn't leave, where they left, put a camp nearby, and then they're just gonna rob the patrol roads. That seems like a realistic thing that people would do in that atmosphere, in that environment, whatever, yo. Hold on. That's pretty much it for my first impression review. Yeah, I hit it on the money, 20 minutes. Oh, man. I like this episode a lot. It brought it hardcore. Enjoyable. The dialogue, the world showing us them living in, not just living, but rebuilding. I'm going to have fun doing this, a deeper dive into this one. I like this a lot. I do want to read someone's comment. Alan M. We're going to go to the super chats, and then we're going to take a 2-minute breather, and then we're going to go into the fan feedback. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Alan M. said, "Hey Ronnie, Doomsday Kingdom is legit. Mad love from upstate New York. Do you think Negan will escape this season, and do you feel King E will die this season?" Right off the bat, I have to say thank you very much for the support with Doomsday Kingdom. I sat down, actually repolished the first volume to kind of get to some things quicker because the release schedule isn't month to month. So I'm hoping in 4, 5, 6, and 7, shit starts taking off. And I think you guys are going to be like, well, what the fuck? You know? There's also something coming up, a peak in one of them because it is grounded, but there's also that futuristic. It kind of has like a Terminator vibe to it, and I'm talking about the sci-fi. There's no fucking Terminator, there's no machine, but it has that futuristic vibe to it. And there's little hints all throughout that. If anyone didn't realize, if you looked at the dates, it's actually, and no one picked up on this yet that I saw, but it actually takes place in the future. Not far, but, I think if I remember correctly, it's like 20, 30 years into the future. So you will see small things that are futuristic. Anyway, Alan M., about will Negan escape this season? I think they have to let him. Not escape, but he's got to get out one way or the other. Escape, be let out, and escape. He's got to get out. Do you feel King E will die this season? The way they're setting it up with Carol, I think it's too predictable that he would die. If he's going to die, I would have to say it'd be the end of the season death. It's too soon, especially with what they're setting up with him and Carol. It's just too soon for that. All right, let me hit up these super chats. Oh, wow. We got some support going on in the channel. Thank you guys very much. That is awesome, especially since some of the more polished and time-consuming videos we're getting into. My God, those, man, they... Luckily, deeper into 901, that video I did that I love so much, and I can't wait to do more of those, but luckily that one has not been flagged yet by AMC, but so many others were for the smallest things. Anyway, RobDog11 with a $2 donation to the channel. Ronnie, chow mein or fried rice? Love you and Juliet. I'm a white rice and the chicken and broccoli white rice. That's my dish right there. That's my shit right there. Thank you very much for the donation to the channel. Alan M with a $10 dono, but no comment. Thank you very much for the donation. Bank AI Thunder, $5 donation. Hey Ronnie, did you notice Anne's portraits of Glenn, Abraham, and possibly other characters when Jesus was talking with Maggie in the office? Wait, did you notice Annie's portraits of Glenn? I didn't think that was Annie's, though. You know, because Annie, I mean, first off, she didn't, is there a different Annie? She didn't meet Glenn. She doesn't know what he looks like unless they have a picture. They don't have a picture. I thought that was just the art class there by people who, I don't know. Now I'm like, uh-oh, you know? You guys help me out on that one. Thank you very much for the donation. I saw the very first one. I only remember seeing Glenn, to be honest, or what looked like it could be Glenn or maybe baby Glenn. I don't know. It was kind of that. It was the green-red blurry one, right? That kind. I don't know what that kind of art is called, but thank you very much for the donation. Mark Adams with a $5 dono says, great episode. Do you think the episodes after will be better? Oh, my nitpick. How do A-Rat keep her hair wavy and dyed? I don't know. I don't know. That could just be her hair. You know, I've met a lot of different people in a lot of different whatever that had a lot of different hair, you know, so it could just be her hair. If not, I can't imagine them going out of their way to do something special with her hair for the show. So I'm not sure, to be honest. As far as dyed, they probably found dye. I don't think that goes bad. That, you know, probably lasts a few years, I would imagine. IB Sweet P2, IB Sweet with a $5 donation. Comic spoiler warning. And that's talking about who's going to die when the big villains show up. At this time, I don't know. This is tricky. Losing Maggie and Rick. Maggie temporarily, but Rick right now. Impressionistic. Yes, that's that style. That's so difficult because you don't need a lot at this point. We know Tammy's going. They're building her up. It's an excellent performance. We know she's going. Who else? This is rough. I don't think Ezekiel's going, man. I think it's too soon. I think I said he was going. I think I predicted him earlier on. I can't see it now. If they do Ezekiel, that means it has to be the big. You know what? With the pacing now, with Rick and Maggie leaving in the first half, they might not get to the big deaths, you know, the border, till the end of the season. That way they get the Ezekiel death and they don't rush it with Carol and yada 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 yada, and they can actually develop the other characters on the way to that death. That might work. The kid with Carl's haircut, he might end up on there too. Because, you know, there was a few people that we just kind of met. Bank Eye Thunder with another $5 donation says, it was signed by Ann in the corner. I took a screen grab but can't post. Well, don't worry about posting it because, like I said, when I do my, my analyzed, which is now called Deeper Into, when I do that video, I will definitely be talking about the paintings. And if it's signed Anne, I don't know how she did that shit unless she looked at the baby and did like a mock-up of what the dad would look like. I'm not sure. Cthulhu with a $5 donation. Love you, Ronnie. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that support. Lord knows we need it. Easy with a $5 donation too. Oh my God, Rosita was effing hot this episode. Them sweatpants. Laugh out loud. And Ronnie, take a real shot. Laugh out loud. Ass, pussy, wait. Laugh out loud. Ass. Baby shots and Doomsday Kingdom issue number 3 is on fire. I don't have anything to take a real shot with. If I had whiskey or something, I would. But I gotta be honest. I'd be a bigger baby if I pretended these shots were of value. It's Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire Cinnamon Liqueur. It was in the freezer. I don't drink it much anymore, and I had it. I was in the mood. The episode was fire. I was like, I need some fire, so I just grabbed it out to sip on. You know what I mean? And the only reason I'm not down for taking shots of that, and y'all know that ain't strong, The only reason I don't take shots of that is because it's just too sweet. I'm not all about that shit. I nope the fuck out of that. It's more like a little glass. But if it was like Southern Comfort or some shit like that, yeah, I'll Wild Turkey, I'll take a shot of that. Easy. With a $5 donation. I already read that. Talking about Rosita. All right, let's get to some questions. Fan feedback time. Put your questions towards me or your comments towards me in the comment section and put Q&A right in front of it. We got almost 800 people in the chat. Thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us. And don't forget, we're going to try for every Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to have a deeper into, and it's more than just a review. If you want an idea of what's coming up, check out the Deeper Into to 901. There's a lot of editing and a lot of passion goes into those. I love making those. And the support on those channels those videos will definitely bring more Deeper Into with all types of shit. All right, so we got Giovanni says, is there going to be a 5 to 9 year time skip after Rick? Why will the Whispers take so long to attack? Well, first off, the Whispers are just not here right now. And if I can, I'll pull some stuff from the comics, spoiler free, but they're territorial and they're mobile, which means they're moving around, you know. They're mobile, going from one area to the next. They kind of roam the land, live off the land. It's kind of like a Native American tribe, you know? And when I say that, I mean on a real basic level. I don't mean that they represent that. I know I made that correlation once before and someone got offended. And I was like, fall back, homie. And they got mad, so I stopped talking to them. Anyway. Something's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to have a 5 to 9 year time skip. That seems a bit much. That seems impossible because Henry, while filming episode 5, right? Rick dies in episode 5 or goes away. And Henry would have to be a certain age in 5. And then in 6, he'd be 9 years older. That just doesn't work like that, you know? So no. If they do a time skip, it's got to be 3 to 4 years at the max. And they better give him a haircut and keep him off screen for a few episodes, you know? Jay, the review guy. Jay Morris, the review guy. I think Carol is the one at the end. She would be mad for how that guy treated Henry and Daryl, and she's ruthless to protect people she loves. She wouldn't want him running around town. That's what I thought, but they kind of mess with our minds a little bit with her at the camp with Ezekiel. My original title, I don't know if I even saved it. I didn't. My original title was Carol is a serial killer. And I was going to talk about how it's got to be her because they had the shit last time. She's in charge of the sanctuary. If she came out, he would be like that. It's a chick. It's an older chick. It's someone who's in charge. She's probably coming to say, no, come back. You know what I mean? So I think she's too easy as a potential suspect. Why was this so hard coming up with that word? Eric Cockrell. Q&A. Yo, Hayes. ? It's Eric from Baltimore. Wait, something happened with your question. I've enjoyed seeing the new couples this episode. Ann almost pulled out Gabe's cock, and I felt like Ann was kind of hot. Also, so-and-so and Carol engagement. Zeke and Carol engagement thoughts. Before I dive into that, I want to say I was reorganizing the closet, getting it ready for the new stock we're getting from issue number 3 of My Comic Doomsday Kingdom, and I was actually looking through some of the comics, and Eric sent in, I think over a year ago, a bunch of Walking Dead comics and others in the Matt family too, and I want to do like an extra thank you to everyone who sent something in, because I was going through those issues the other day, just being grateful and thankful that you guys sent those in, and it was an absolute pleasure just going through. I love just sitting there, you know. I should have been in bed, but I'm looking through them like, I love that cover, man. So just an extra thank you again for sending those in. like a year or 2 years ago. I do definitely appreciate that still to this day. Even especially the Anonymous, you know who you are, but the Predator, man, I was looking at how sexy that Predator is right there. You can see him right on the Elder Predator. My God, it's like it's real, man. And they shrunk it down and threw it on my shelf. It's insane. Now, about the couples, I like it, and I think Anne is especially hot this episode because of the smile. She's got the Dumb and Dumber ridiculous hair gone, you know what I mean? And she seemed sweet, and she seemed cool, and, you know, she seemed a little quirky and unique, but it was the smile, and it was the genuineness to her that was definitely different than her. You can see how she got cast in how she is now. I did not like Jadis. Fuck Jadis, you know? Fuck the whole trash group. I like Anne now. I dig it. I ship it. As far as Zeke and Carol and their engagement, they're doing good. Even the writing, too, having Carol want the ring and then him being like, listen, I had a speech. What's up? It fits his character. It fits her character. And they're making it work. Nah, Tara didn't drop the N-bomb. She was saying, no, she said, what was that she said? Piper. I don't know where the fuck you got the N-bomb. No. Not even close. She didn't say anything close to that. We got Glenn Harris said, do you think at the end of this episode Justin thought he saw one of the saviors, but it was actually a whisperer? No. I think whoever it is definitely somebody he knows. Taylor Ryder says, Ronnie, wait a minute, Taylor Ryder, I thought you had a wrench, bro. What's up with that? Your name should be in blue. You're a mod, ain't you? Motherfucker. Are you not the same Taylor Ryder? You made the Negan bats, didn't you? Or am I losing my mind? My cat jumped on one of those, by the way. I had to grab her just in time. And she was going up I was cleaning, she was going up the little step stool, and she dove. And I looked over, and it was like in slow motion. She's going down at the bats, and I'm like, no. And I just scooped her up just in time. It's fucking barbed wire, man. I don't know what that shit's going to do to the cat. So now she's got to stay the fuck out. Dylan Patrick. Wait. I didn't answer Taylor Ryder. Taylor Ryder, Ronnie, are they going to try to force Aaron and Daryl into a relationship? I fucking hope not. No, they're buddies. Bro, Taylor, don't do that to me, man. No, listen, just because Aaron is gay, it doesn't mean a straight guy can't be buddies with them. You know, I've worked in, well, no, I didn't work in any construction sites or nothing, but flex whatchamacallits, the fucking sheet metal shit, but restaurants and bars. Tons of gay guys work in restaurants and bars. And I don't know why. Don't hate me on that. That's just the truth. But there was a bunch of them that I got along with. Doesn't mean I'm going to date them, you know what I'm saying? They were cool. They didn't bother me. They were chill people. And that's all it is right there. Aaron and Daryl had a bonding moment. They're supposed to be friends. They're going to be friends. It makes sense for their characters. And again, Aaron is likable. His sexual preferences aside, it has nothing to do with how he's going to bond with Daryl. You know, that's not all it's about. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't think they're shipping that. No, they're buddies, man. They're buddies. If they stuck with Daryl being gay from early on, yeah, imagine that. Everyone's favorite badass would be taking it up the tailpipe. The fans would be like, damn, Daryl, what the fuck, bro? But that was, I don't even know why they changed that. I think the first showrunner had envisioned him as a gay character, which I don't know why. It just doesn't fit his personality in the beginning, unless there's something I don't know. I've never met anyone that was like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Wait, we got some donations coming in. Vape Nation, homie. Oh, we got a bunch of donations coming in. Damn, you motherfuckers must be wanting to support the channel like a motherfucker today. Shit. Huge thank you to the support. It absolutely helps in a big way. And I am such an idiot, man. I still didn't turn on the Streamlabs. I have it ready to go. I was about to turn it on and I just get so busy. Alright, dude guys, with a $5 donation, I still think Rosita and Ezekiel will die this season. Rosita seems like she's coming into her element and Ezekiel is happy in love. That's what I'm saying is it's too predictable with Ezekiel, so it has to be later on, not anytime soon. And if it's not till later on, then Rosita's later on as well. As far as that. But thank you very much for the $5 dono. Bank of Thunder. It's a Bank of Thunder, but you have an I randomly in there. So Bank I Thunder? I don't know. $5 donation to the channel. It looks like she draws off of people's descriptions, like how Gabriel described. Ooh, you got me on that. You are right on that. I am really enjoying donating, for employment. Thank you very much. Yeah, employment rocks. I remember when I got out of the Concrete Palace, is that a good way to put it? Oh my god, bro, that was fucking terrible. That was rough. I would go in for a job interview and I have, listen, I got, in person, I don't know how well it comes off on camera, but in person, listen, I got some charisma in person and any interview I want, any job I want, I got it. I mean, like that. Not a problem. And then when I got out of jail, I went for interviews and it was like butter smooth. And then it came down to the background check. After that, not done. So, yay for employment. That's good. That's good. Ever since that situation, employment's been like, goddamn. It's been a war. Anyway, you're right though. The descriptions, you're absolutely right. I can't picture Maggie sitting down with that, but I guess so. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. I ship it. That makes no sense. Ease with a $5 donation. Damn spoiler, Ronnie. I definitely didn't know how Rick dies / leaves in episode 5. Well, listen, hold on. Don't go freaking out just yet because we don't know that. We're just saying that because AMC said that, you know? Well, I'm just going by what they say. They didn't say it. They said Rick's final episodes is 6 episodes. Somebody said 6 in the media. And then Greg Nicotero said, I filmed episode 5. It's his last episode. I'm just saying he dies. You know? I'm ripping the Band-Aid off fast. I don't know anything, though. I promise you. I don't look at spoilers. I promise. Yo, trust me. The spoilers, I hate them. I fucking hate them. But I'm sorry that you didn't know that at all. And you got a little spoiled. I'm sorry for that. Eminem 3DG Tyler with a $5 dono. Do you think Rick will blame Daryl for what happened to Justin and the Saviors? It's likely, but now it makes more sense that him and Carol are out there trying to figure out who's doing what, you know? Spin 2020 with a $5 dono. There's another Lince boy who is older to take Henry's place. Wait, another Lince boy? Are you serious? I thought that was weird. If anyone doesn't know the behind-the-scenes stuff, the girl who played Sophia was named Madison Lince, I think. Who, she's stunning. She's absolutely beautiful, right? She is, do I got this right? I don't know his name. She is Henry's sister, who, they look similar, but in the show was Carol's. Sophia was Carol's daughter, but now Henry is kind of like her adopted son. A little bit. Adopted stepson. Whatever the fuck. It was just so, like, behind the scenes information, it's just so trippy when she gave him the kiss on the head. I was like, that's so weird, you know? But weird in a neat way. When you're looking behind the scenes facts and stuff, it's like, oh, that's neat. But it's so weird how that ended up. And now there's an older one No, that's too much. That's too much. Only Alyssa W. With a $5 dono, I'm more convinced now Maggie's leaving on the helicopter. Thoughts? Listen, from the very beginning, I was thinking that's the only way. They can't rebuild a new way for her to leave because it would take up too much time. However, now they're talking about Georgie sending those letters. I feel like... What the fuck is that? My fucking shirt's jamming me in the back. I feel like they've got to do the Georgie exit. They're already setting it up. Why have it in there if you're not just going to go with it, you know? So it's either the helicopter or the Georgie exit. Actually, both were in it tonight. I forgot to mention the helicopter, but that's some, like, lost shit, you know? Sorry, I didn't mean to do that in your ear with the microphone. Muse Ingenue. $2 donation. I think you mean whispers are nomadic. Well, yeah, that works. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nomadic, for those who don't know, and I don't mean to be like a dick, but sometimes, you know, some younger people watch and stuff like that, but nomadic means you move around, you know? Maybe it was wrong for me to categorize it as tribes, even though they have tribes, but tribes stick together. I mean, even though the tribes did move around, depending on seasons and hunting grounds and stuff like that, the tribes did move, but when you're nomadic, you're not stuck with a tribe, so... maybe they are kind of like a nomad, more mobile and more whatever, but they're still tribe-like. So I think it's a combination. I'll meet you halfway. It's a combination of nomadic. Thank you very much, though. That's a word I've definitely forgot about. Yeah, I go with a... I can hear my daughter in the background playing with her toys. She got birthday money, and she wasted it all on these little fucking toys. She's happy, though. Dude Guys with a $5 donation. Thank you very much, Muse. I don't know if I thanked you yet, but Dude Guys with a $5 dono. Still think Daniel Salazar will return to Fear. Dude, we're not talking about Fear ever again. The writers seem like they have a plan and they're keeping their cards close to their chest. They don't have a fucking plan. You know what their plan is? Whatever worked in the Walking Dead game, book, comic, show, their plan is to just regurgitate that shit, you know? Watch The Fly. Anyone out there, go watch The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. Look it up. Order it on Amazon, receive it in the mail, put it in the DVD player, get to the scene where he fucking regurgitates on the guy's arm just to eat shit. That's what they're doing with Fear the Walking Dead. I'm fucking sorry, I gave it a chance, but Fear the Walking Dead, fuck off. You got Morgan. If you didn't have Morgan, I'd be furious. Morgan belongs with Rick and gang, not over there. Fucking hell. Facha Fukula Fozi. How's that? Did I say that right? I don't think I did. Anyway. I Be Sweet Part 2 with a $5 dono. Do you think there will be a Lydia type character, or since Carl is gone, will there be a scapegoat? Scrap that. Will they scrap that? Yes, there's going to be a Lydia character because they already announced the casting. So, let me hurry up. There's... Dude Guys with a $5 donation. Thank you very much. I Be Sweet. Yes, there's going to be a Lydia. That's official. It's going to be remixed, though. Dude Guys with a $5 dono. I found the movie with Ruben Blades and Joe Pesci you were talking about. I watched all of Ruben's scenes, and you delivered that line perfectly. Yo, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch The Super. Thank you very much for bringing that up. That's a great one. Thank you for the support. Ika with a $5 dono. Hit the like button, y'all. Eminem 3DG, Tyler, $5 dono. Daryl Dixon is back. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel, and absolutely agree. He's back, and yeah, hit that like button. Dylan Patrick got a Q&A. Do you think the ending was a Whisperer and Easter egg? Justin was killed by a Whisperer wearing the face of a savior he knew? Nah, because even if they cut off the face of the savior and stuck it on, it's going to look weird. So it's not going to just be like, oh shit, Heath, you know, it's going to be like, oh motherfucker, what? You know, it's going to be weird. Taylor Ryder said, no, we already did that one. Let's go down to the bottom. Annie is normal, someone said. Huh? Really? Wait, Spin's talking to Taylor Ryder about the streams hopping. It would have been already done. What are we talking about? Oh, wait, Taylor Ryder said, Ronnie, had to make a new YouTube account, so lost my moderator wrench. Could I get it back? Oh, shit. Yeah, you're the Lucio guy. I figured you were the Lucio guy. Fucking go for it. What do we got? Do you think Aaron and Daryl will become a couple? No, I don't. They're boys. They're boys, you know? What do we got? $5 donation from Godzilla2472. Was I the only one who was hoping that when Rick ran into Justin, he walked up to him, he was like, gonna beat his ass too? Laugh out loud. Also, yeah, fuck fear. It's not Rick's style, so I was good with what he did, and what he did was back Daryl up fully. Why is my shit frozen? Wow, that's fucked. My whole shit froze. I liked what he did, yo. I think it was perfect. He pulled the cop shit out from his past, and then he laid down the law, and he supported his boy Daryl too in the meanwhile, because Daryl's got a problem with that dude. So, Henry Lemoni said, I believe that Dwight in the TV show got the comic book Negan's ending. They're so similar, so I believe that Negan's story will be different in the show. Thoughts? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Easy with a $5 donation. Yeah, it would look weird, but it is at night. He could have mistaken him for his friend, but instead he was Whisper. Well, that's possible. That's definitely possible. The question is, where do they go? If it's a Whisper, they can't time skip. There's too much time, and there's no excuse for why the Whispers didn't attack in that time skip. So if there's no time skip, then yes, it's possible they're doing the Whisper hints already. Stefan Fraklik, yeah, I addressed Aaron looking like New Beginning Comic Rick. Dr. Smarty Pants, did Morales kill him? ? I don't know who him is, but maybe. Andrew Payton, do you think that it would be possible that Henry kills the guy at the end? I just thought of this. Do you think it could have been Negan? Think comics. Here's the thing. It can't be Negan because he's locked up. Unless they pull some crazy okay, I wouldn't dig that because he's locked up. If it's Henry, they could be remixing some of Billy and Ben's storyline, but that was already done, I think, expertly with Lizzie and Mika. So now I'm wondering why they would do that. Plus, if it was if it was Henry, he wouldn't be like, oh, dude, you scared shit at me. He'd be like, what your little bitch ass want? You know what I'm saying? So no, it's gotta be another savior. It's gotta be someone he doesn't have beef with. Even if it was Daryl, he would be like, motherfucker, what? I mean, it could be Daryl. It still could be Daryl, but he just got in a fight with Daryl. So wouldn't you be on the defensive if you got in a fight with dude and he bust you up? Or if it was Rick, you just got told off? You know what I mean? You wouldn't be like, oh, come on. It's got to be his buddy, a savior or something. It's got to be that dude with the beard or somebody that's like that. Godzilla 2472 with a $5 dono. True, but I still wish he fucked him up. I just love watching Rick fuck people up. Also, I love Rick's threat. Stitches won't fix... That's what I said. That was fucking excellent. I love that shit, too. And watching Rick fuck people up is great, yeah, but I think it just fits. His character and what they were going for, I think they did a great job with it. I'm telling you what, the writing, I think, is spectacular. 2 episodes in, I wish it stays this way. If it stays this way, there's a chance. Because, fuck, Andrew Payton... I already read that one. Oh, yeah. Explanation said it was dark and he was drunk, so it's possible that he thought it was actually him. Well, that's another thing. Yeah, they did highlight he was drinking heavily. That could be another excuse. He threw the bottle. So, yes, they're trying to show that he is drunk. So he could have thought. It could be a whisperer. It could. The time skip still bothers me, though, story-wise. Joe Silva. Could it be a whisperer person? Because that dude was drinking. Yeah, again, it could be. It could be. Doris Bird. Good night. Richard Joseph. Which do you like more so far? Fear the Walking Dead? Oh, The Walking Dead. 9A. 2 episodes of 9A. No bullshit. I've enjoyed more than the entirety of Season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. No bullshit. Sam said, what happened to the U.S. Army in The Walking Dead? Oh, we don't know. I mean, they're gone. The U.S. Army is only... It's a pyramid of people giving orders. It's going right down the pyramid. So, if the top structure is either gone or in a bunker, and it's only a small structure, the bottom army will splinter. You know what I'm saying? So, or the rest of it will just splinter. So, Dylan Patrick, what do you think of the Dante Hilltop savior speaking to Rick about working on the bridge in return for protection, implying Rick is just like Negan now? I was fine with it, and I don't think he was implying that Rick is like Negan now. I think he was implying that that's how it looks to some of the saviors that maybe they were crushed under Negan's rule. They're looking at it like they just traded one Negan for another. And I think that's good writing, because it is. They work for you, you protect them, so I like that little bit. And it shows, and I don't think this is for the saviors. I think this is for Rick's story. It shows how frustrating it is being a leader. It's not simple. It's complex, even when you're trying to do something simple. Just work. Stay here, work, and we'll protect you. You're good here. Just do what you need to do. Well, you're just like that last guy. He said the same shit, But it's different. It's different how. Well, I don't beat you. Well, we don't know that, It's like, fuck. Anyway. Or I should say, Daryl did beat them, so. Goot Van Squid said, the moral center characters always die brutally on the show. Rick is now the moral center character. This should be extra, extra rough. Oh, it should be rough, yeah. Cthulhu with a $5 donation. When do you think Dwight and Sherry are coming back? I don't think Sherry's coming back just yet. She has another show on another network. I don't know if that show is canceled or not or still going. But I don't see her coming back anytime soon, which sucks because it seemed like they were going to follow through with that. She's not, let's be honest, I don't mean to be mean, but she's not in demand. She's not an in-demand actress. So I think it would be beneficial for her career for her to drop whatever she's doing or make time to shift back into The Walking Dead, get that storyline wrapped up, and then that way, as she's finishing her career, she can still do conventions. You know what I mean? So I just don't know. We got a $10 donation from Bridget Hammond. I wonder one thing with Justin. Why is he walking around at night and drinking during a zombie apocalypse? Seems like the worst time to lose your wits. Well, that's another display of this character, And he's had that display this whole time. And there's people like him, in the real world who are just asses like that. That isn't... You say, why is he doing that? And your answer is, that's the type of person he is. Which is a negative. It's supposed to be a negative. I wouldn't be walking. I wouldn't be bouncing out like that. Like, fuck no. Dude, guys, with a $10 dono. Ruben has another funny scene with Pesci is scared, and Ruben says, don't worry, you're safe. You're with me. And Joe says, like, you'll protect me. Ruben says, yeah, I remember that. I'll call 911 when they're done with you. I remember that. But thank you very much, Dude Guys and Bridget Hammond. Big Dog 1288 with a $5 dono. Man, I'm going to miss Rick, and I don't know how this show is going to continue. That's the thing. I'm enjoying this so much when Rick goes, oh man, it's going to be rough, yo. It's going to be so rough. Ouch. Thank you very much for everyone donating. Lucky Tremendous. Do you think that people would come to appreciate Season 8 if they knew that it took place over the course of a week? No, it's not just simply that. Look at what they're doing now. They're bouncing back and forth with all the different characters, and it makes it fast and interesting and zippy. Season 8 failed in a big way because of the structure, in a huge way. The structure and budget killed Season 8 and Season 7. They got to stop with the split storytelling. And it happens all at once. The Walking Dead bounces back and forth between split storytelling, even though I'm liking the story they're telling, but it's not resonating with me. It's not hooking me. It's not gripping me. It's not immersing me. And it's because it's so split, and your mind wanders. Well, what's the other people doing? Oh, we got to wait 3 weeks, 4 weeks to touch back with those characters. No, bounce around, man. Keep it blended. There's no reason for split storytelling in the world of The Walking Dead just to save budget. There's no reason at all. And it affects the story, the flow, and the immersion. And once you affect those three core things, like, it's fucking ouch, man. People nope the fuck out, you know? Anyway. Dude, guys, with another $5 dono. I haven't even watched all of Fear Season 4. I'll wait for the DVD. But I don't think I despise it as much as you do. Laugh out loud. It has good and bad parts. I despise everything in the last second half. Almost everything. In the first half, I did enjoy it. I still think, like, wow, they were leading up to something powerful, but they dropped the ball. The last half was weak as fuck. Dr. Smarty Pants. Whisperer killed Justin then and there, boy. I think it can't be anything else. Also, Georgie is trying to recruit Maggie. Commonwealth set up for season 10 or 11. It could be. It could be Commonwealth. Whisperer, I'm still not buying it. I'm saying it's possible, sure. But I just think it's too tricky because of the way he reacted. Wait, hold on. Someone said... Todd Murray said, I hate being reminded that Rick is leaving when this season is so good so far. I know, that sucks, man. That sucks. McFarlane better get a rush on it. They either need to shit or get off the pot. Is that what they said? When Rick was shooting the rope, remember when he shot the rope and the logs fell? I was like, motherfucker, yo. They need to make a Rick figure of that. You know, but not McFarlane Toys anymore because they dicking around. NECA. Just give the fucking AMC, give the license to NECA. I know there's a connection with McFarlane Toys, but they, like, and I'm a huge supporter of McFarlane Toys, but they keep doing shit we don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need the articulation, we need the likeness, and on top of that, like, add the accessories and put them out. I think he sabotages not him, but the company sabotages their own brand. They hold them back. They don't release them. There's delays. They're not open. When you look at NECA, like, just in a business, and I find this interesting because I want to release figures of Doomsday Kingdom, my comic. When I look at how NECA does it, and I hate how people compare to companies, but honestly, when I look at NECA, where they're on point. When it's being released, boom, they tell you it's on social media. When it's being delayed, they tell you it's on social media. They're selling it in their shop. You got to basically, like, harass McFarlane. Like, where is it at? Where can I buy it? You got to beg them. Like, where? Please, I want to pick it up. And they still don't even fucking know. It's just like, what? I don't get it. I've never had... And there's... quality control issues with both companies, fuck yeah. But I've never had a problem where something was being released with NECA unless it was like super exclusive. And I had a problem figuring out where it was, where I could get it, With McFarlane, it's just like, yeah, we're releasing this figure in August. There's nothing online. There's no announcements, no updates. And then it trickles in random different spots. It's just like, as a business, I look at them and go, man, you have so much potential. What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? I don't know. That's why someone asked if I would get the Doomsday Kingdom figures if I could pick. And if you asked me a while ago, I would have said McFarlane, without question. McFarlane, absolutely. Whoop-de-whoop. But now, after witnessing what's been going on, McFarlane would be one of the last. I'd probably, and that hurts to say. And that's got to tell the company something. Like, time to fucking change shit up. I'd go with NECA all day. I'd beg them to make toys at this point because they fucking killing it. Lamar Lanham says, Ronnie, I don't comment on too many of your streams, but great stream, brother. Thank you very much, Lamar. I appreciate that. Noonie Spickless. Hey, Ronnie, I think it's easy to say that in the spikes there as to be at least one person for each community. So I'm thinking A-Rat, Rachel, Jesus, and it affects everybody. Well, that's another thing. It's got to affect everybody. It does. So it's got to have someone from everybody. Jay Morris, the review guy. I really don't want Ezekiel to die just because Carol has been through so many losses that it would feel like Morgan's mental state ping-ponging. Carol's already been in the dark, dejected places. Yeah, that's another thing. They're building that up. I'm good if he stays alive the rest of the season. Karen Law, who do you think the people are in the helicopter because Anne looked scared? She talked about secrets this episode, so that's obviously one of her secrets, but what secret, I'm not sure. They made a purpose to connect her with Gabriel, so maybe they're looking for Anne, or that's a possible way for Anne to leave, and she doesn't want to leave. So that would explain the connection there. I don't know. I got to process it, but I think there's definitely something there between her connection with the helicopter and her new connection with Gabriel. I think there's something there. Caroline C. with a $20 donation. I'll drink to that. It's the last bit of drink I got. Wow, that was small. Caroline C. said, definitely agree about Maggie leaving for Georgie's community. When they brought up Georgie's letters, I legit said out loud, yep, that's Maggie. That's Maggie's out right there. Truly enjoy your channel, by the way. Keep up the kick-ass work. Well, thank you very much, Caroline. I really appreciate that. I mean, I'm having just as much fun as y'all, to be honest, man. I mean, this rocks. I love it. I absolutely love it. Dude, guys, with a $5 donation. Now Aaron needs to get a limp. No. He lost the arm. That's Rick enough. That's, new beginning Rick enough for me. We don't need to break his leg now. Besides, we got the Savior. The chick in the beginning with the limp. I had that in the, what was it? The Season 5, the original draft. Not Season 5. Wow. It's time for bed, Ronnie. The Season 9, the original draft of the Deeper Into. I had that in there, and I don't know where the fuck I deleted it, but I left it out. It was in the transition. I was remodeling how I talked about the transition from the Crows. Somewhere along the lines, I removed that out of that, but I had it in there. That she was kind of like, the little nod to Limp and Rick. Thank you very much, Caroline. I forget if I said thank you, but I really appreciate that $20 dono. And also this other $50 dono coming from Intrenzen. Here's to the Deeper Into series. We all love that kind of stuff. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I do appreciate that. And the Deeper Into series and what makes that donation especially special is because That's something I'm really passionate about, that I want to be one of the big staples of the channel, something that continues on for a while. And if I can make it work, it's going to be tight. But I'm trying to do like a mini deeper into for this time of year specifically, and it's kind of tricky just because there's a little too much there. But I'm trying to do a mini version. Maybe next year I can do an even bigger version, but it's something beyond The Walking Dead that we can have a lot of fun with, I feel, so but thank you very much for the donation, absolutely, for the Deeper Into series. That helps a lot, man. Dude Guys with a $5 dono. My Doomsday Kingdom figures will inspire NECA to make actual good ones. I hope so. I mean, that would be incredible, man. Imagine having the Doomsday Kingdom figures. And, we just finalized, or we're starting to finalize, some of the look on Crow. Crow is a female Native American, like, bow master. She's like the fucking bomb, But she's got this look to her, too. There's concept images, but it's going to be real different with the final images. But there's something really cool we're working on. I can't wait for that. Kevin Thorne with a $5 dono. Just got here, so sorry if you mentioned this already, but did you see the Walker start The Walking Dead the opposite way of the herd when the wood came out? Did you see the Walker start walking the opposite way of the herd when the wood came out? No, I didn't, honestly. I mean, I saw walkers and I just assumed they were just spread out. But I'll look for it again when I do the Deeper Into. But thank you very much, because I'll keep an extra eye out for something going the opposite way. Let's see if we got any new questions here. Vito Giovanni. I'm late, but I just want a simple answer. Did you like it? Loved it. Fucking loved it, man. Jonathan Ariel Aurelio. I fucked that up. Aurelio. What do you think of the missing people that are mentioned and what is happening to them? At this time, I think it's saviors that left that are robbing the other saviors. I think the saviors that were mentioned as leaving, not all, but some, are robbing the other saviors. Or it's the saviors that are there, like the guy with the beard, the black hair. I think he is hitting up people on the patrol roads. So, or someone like that. Jonathan, nope, I already did that. Adrian V. Do you think Rick still fears Negan mentally or not anymore? I don't think it's him, especially behind the cage and all this. I think it's how unpredictable people can be. I think even though all's going well, I think Rick fears what Negan might know of the saviors and seeing how they've acted, and I think just that unpredictability kind of gets under his skin, and Negan bringing that up is what's really driving it home for Rick. Muse said, Ronnie, do you like the new opening credits? Oh, I love them. I love them. Well, here's the thing, too. With the opening credits, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the classic ones. The nostalgic. I mean, nothing beats the season 1 opening credits. Like, I love it. And how they continue throughout the years. For me, I always still liked how they kept that pattern. But it just... It wasn't season 1, So when they changed it, I love it still. I think it still keeps that essence, but I'm not like it's weird. It's not the season 1 ones, so it's fine if they changed it, Dude, guys, with a $5 dono. How much of Fear the Walking Dead season 4 do you blame on Scott Gimple? Wasn't he a big part of it? That's tricky because he's the chief content officer, so he oversees all of it. I don't think he was in charge of the day-to-day with the scripts, the dialogue, to each individual episode. I think he gave tips and hints and ideas, and obviously he would be the one to say if Morgan stays or if he goes. So I think based on him being like, okay, Morgan could stay, which I do think they discussed that in his contract ahead of time. I think to get Morgan over there, they offered the actor the lead gig on that role. That's what I personally believe. So I think that's pretty much it. And if they want to get closer to the original show, then Scott Gimple comes in, yada, yada, yada. I think he's involved in ideas when they talk about what to do next season, but I think it's all concept level. I don't think he's in the room correcting dialogue and, scenes and how they direct it. I don't think he's doing all that. Crystal Howell said, "Oh my God, Ronnie, love the idea of a native chick bowmaster. Into it. Probably because I'm native, though. Love your channel, Comics Run, though. Listen, there's a movie with, I'm going to forget what it's called, but I watched a movie with John Bernthal, and it's got, I think it's Wind River. It's got the guy who plays Hawkeye in the Marvel movies. Why can I not remember his name right now? Is it Jeremy Renner? And the girl who plays Scarlet Witch, she's a detective, an FBI agent. I believe it's called Wind River. Look it up on Netflix. They're hunting down this girl who went missing. She's a Native American girl. And that actress is the actress that I used for the reference images. And I talked about the character for a while, for like a year, to James, the artist. And when I watched that movie, I was like, oh my God, that is the character. That's exactly who I visioned when I was picturing this character. So I sent over pictures. She's got this really cool like feather, because her code name's Crow, but it's a nickname. But they have this really like feathered war paint crow just around her eyes, and I sent over like a rough estimate, like a rough sketch of that, like a Photoshop thing of that. And it's badass. And with her being a bowmaster, it's not like the normal bow where you pull the shit in the back. It's the old style, the real way they used to shoot bows back in the olden days. And there's a guy on YouTube who does it like that. He's an official bowmaster where they would hold the bow and the arrows in the same hand. And they would just pick them up. Where's the camera? They would just pick them up and shoot, and then pick them up and shoot, and it would literally be like a machine gun with a bow and arrow. They'd be like, it's fucking sick. He's on YouTube right now. If you just look up Bowmaster or whatever the fuck, he's nuts. He's doing upside down. He shoots this like paper fish in the eye. It's fucking sick. And she does that. She doesn't have the bows behind her back. She holds them in her hand and the actual bow at the same time. And I think you pick the bottom of it up, and then you shoot, and you pick the bottom of it up, but you all hold it in the one hand. It's badass, yo. But that's it. She's Native American. She comes off a reservation because two of the characters go to a reservation. But yeah, we get to see like a Native American reservation. That's something I wanted to put in there, because being a descendant of Native Americans and having that be a part of my culture growing up, but learning about it and absorbing it, all of it, and just seeing it kind of be like the erased people. I wanted to incorporate them back, to just keep kind of like their essence alive, because they are the erased people, you know what I mean? It's fucking sad. It's crazy. A lot of people have like a sliver of Native American in them or in their family and shit like that. So I thought to do what little I can as far as keeping them in the public eye, or just in awareness, because in reservations, man, it's fucking nasty. I don't know if shit's changed now, but the United States essentially said, fine, you can have this piece of land, threw them on it, and it's just, some have suffered greatly. So I don't want to get into it, but it's fucked up shit. Lucky Tremendous said, Q&A, do you think they will kill less or the same number of people with the whispers in the show? I think they could kill the same number. It doesn't have to all be known people. It can be background characters. That's fine. Misunderstood said, Ronnie is not about fear anymore, and so I will do a live YouTube stream in his stead when fear returns, because Ronnie will not. Laugh out loud. That is true. I am not doing a Fear the Walking Dead. However, we do live streams every Sunday, so I will be here, but I will not be talking about The Walking Dead. The Fear the Walking Dead. I'm sorry. I will not be talking about Fear the Walking Dead, because I will not be watching it. Ronnie, please give us story writing tips sometime. I'll have to. The tricky part, though, is coming up with where to begin, because the writing tips are with everything. I mean, with everything. So where do I begin in the tips, you know? Is Rick going to die or get kidnapped? Well, they said it's his last season, so he's got to die. He's got to die or something. Meowcat Bissy with a $10 donation. Ronnie, I told you about this on Twitter, but yo, in my dream last night, I thought we were about to go on a date, but then I saw a wedding ring on your finger, and I was like, oh, hell no, what is that? Yeah, I told you that was sweet. It was a nice little dream there, but it was a dream because I ain't never getting married. That's how you know it was just a dream. Ain't no wedding bands on this finger. I don't know, man. Marriage it's for some people, and then I don't know. I mean, maybe it's in the cards 10, 20 years from now, I guess. I don't know. Not big on the whole married thing, but thank you very much for the support. I appreciate that. I messaged you back. I don't know if you got it or not, but I did reply to that. What do we got here? Mary Hugh said, Eugene could be the one who took out Justin. Eugene looked disgusted with him on the bridge, and Eugene was someone that Justin knew. He could be taking action to try and prevent conflict. That could be. I mean, Eugene was limping, so maybe he gets hurt in the trailer. So maybe he does that and gets hurt. Right off the top, though, I can't see him doing that. Unless shit has changed with him. Have you seen that dumbass rant on The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 1 by The Thinkery? No. What's The Thinkery? I gotta search this. Now I'm curious. The Thinkery. The Thinkery is a museum in Austin, Texas. That's not gonna help me out any. Let me get rid of that. That's not going to do me any. We're going to shut it down in a few minutes here, though, but I do got to say before we go, I do got to give an extra shout out to how awesome you guys are tonight, because with the ratings of The Walking Dead going down, with the viewers and all that, I mean, it feels like it's catching fire with the interest online. It really is, and the writing and the enjoyment, like, I legit loved and enjoyed the shit out of this episode. Like, damn. And I'm excited to even rewatch it for the Deeper Into series coming up. Let me take the Walking Dead. Walking Dead. Bam. The Thinkery. The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 1 is annoying. Let me see what
I've been watching The Walking Dead since the very beginning, and at this point it feels like just a labor to have to watch this series.
Is that Sargon of Akkad? Is that his voice?
And yet I've committed.
He seems one of those boring, stuck up. Like, there's some shit he says that I've agreed with before. Only very little, though. I want to put this out there in case you said something fucking stupid before. He just seems like one of those, like, you're just no fucking fun to be around type person, you know? Everything's so fucking strict. I'll give a listen to that, because maybe he has some good points, and maybe we'll, wait, let me... You guys can hear that, right? Hold on.
To it, and so I'm continuing to do it. And the first episode of the new season just pissed me off. It was just dumb as fuck. that it's just pissed me off enough that I want to just... I can't really remember what happened last season. They defeated Negan. Watch The Walking Dead, or at least parts of it, until they take down my channel. So near the beginning we're at the sanctuary, and the crows are eating the crops, and so they're having trouble feeding themselves. And so they decide, we're going to stick a walker up and use it as a scarecrow, which is a pretty damn good idea, until King Daryl comes along, says fuck you, and then shoots it through the head. He then walks off to prove he's a tough guy, leaving me to think, well, don't you need that fucking arrow? All through the other series, which...
Little shit like this, like just right off the bat, I gotta break this down in general, but yeah, the scarecrow's a good idea, but you don't need a live walker to be a scarecrow. Regular scarecrows aren't living, you know, and then he shoots it in the head and walks off. He could get that arrow whenever the fuck he wants. You know, he's there, he's running the thing. It's not an emergency. So for something that nitpicky just to start out with, I don't know how well this...
Daryl collecting his arrows, and then in this fucking episode, he leaves 3 behind.
Again, this here, they're literally going up the stairs and coming back down the stairs. In the clip he showed before, they were literally going from a section of the woods back to camp, and they were never coming back to the section of the woods. So I think with this type of nitpickery just in the beginning, this video would probably annoy the fuck out of me. I'm sure he has some good points later on.
Just a petty thing that bothered me. I'm sure he finds more arrows in a wagon and an antiquated plough. And for him, in order to get an antiquated wagon sanctuary, and for some reason he's being a total arsehole, which is something we'll talk about in a minute. But anyway, in the meantime, the team have gone to a museum in order to get an antiquated wagon.
Now, here's another thing that, right off the bat, I'll let them finish, but they didn't go for the plow. They didn't go for the wagon. They went for the seeds. The seeds are heirloom seeds, which can... I did a really quick research thing, but they can grow naturally with wind or insects, and they're very resilient to weather and bugs and shit like that, which means they are gold. That is gold. They need to grow food. And again, I did a real quick search, and if I think one of the things they show are rattlesnake beans or some shit like that, which again, it's what they need. And again, it's like food gold for them in the apocalypse. They went for the seeds. They didn't go for the wagon. They didn't go for the plow. This is one thing where I'll partially agree. Even though they didn't go for that stuff, it's there and they want to use it. I feel like there should be a... Well, not a Dick's Sporting Goods store, but they should be somewhere like a Dick's to get a canoe or boat or something. As far as a wagon... Where the fuck else are you going to get a wagon from? You know what I'm saying? So, they already showed that they're only making enough gas to run the motorcycle. So, it's in a museum. It's a wagon. It's there. They'll take it. They can use it. Really, bro? Like,
wagon and an antiquated plow. And for some reason, this is going to...
And again, the plow, I don't know nothing about farm equipment really, but the plow is not it's not electric, it's not gas operated, there's no engine. You hook it up to horses. They have horses. They have plows that they can fuel, but their problem is they don't have any fuel. You know what I mean? So, yes, they need the antique shit because they don't have fuel.
So Hillary Clinton
Fuck.
has just admitted...
No.
Well, he finds more arrows in the museum, under which there are, of course, dozens and dozens of damage. The, foot-thick glass that's covering...
The glass part, yeah. This shit, if it was a real decorative floor in a real place, it would be fucking solid. And the writers thought of that. They want to make it interesting for us to watch, and the writers did think of that. That's why in the beginning they showcased the zombie falling down with the huge concrete slab to kind of get the thump, to get the crack going, to weaken the glass. That's one of those things where you're either going to nitpick the fuck out of it or you're just going to let it rock, like, okay, because again, they're trying to make a scene that is showing us it's still dangerous. You know what I mean?
the surface of the floor of the museum, under which there are, of course, dozens and dozens of zombies. Sorry, walkers. To transport the wagon, which I don't really believe is as heavy as they're making out, because it looks like it's made of rickety wood. But either...
Well, and this is another thing. I've actually worked in construction. A wagon of that size with wood that can withstand that weight, that's going to be heavy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was rotted and just shit, even then, the wheels itself, just to sustain that weight, it's going to be heavy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, Sargon of Akkad, like, I don't think he's the type to do manual labor. He doesn't sound the type. He just sounds he sounds like an uppity bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't have anything against the guy. He sounds like the opposite of someone who works with their hands or comes from poverty and actually deals with stuff like wood and materials and shit like that. I think he's dead wrong.
I severely doubt that the weight of this wagon alone is sufficient to crack the glass.
I agree with that. I agree with that fully. Again, if that's what they're going for here, then yeah, they can't. Oh, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. He's showing images of The Walking Dead while he's doing it. Yeah, the weight alone can't do it unless that brick and the zombie that fell down kind of got it started.
But let's assume that all this print from which to work. You know, I mean, they already have homemade wagons, but okay, no one can figure out how to make spoked wheels on their own. Fine, I'm down with that. They can't do it. Okay, fine. Let's just take the antique wagon home. But oops, they got stuck in the mud on the way home. How thoughtless of them. Well, if two big horses can't pull this out of the mud, the only thing is to get the people to try and pull this out of the mud. Not attach the other horses to the car.
Yeah, I mean, they could put the horses. I'm not sure. They talked about the horses being tired and all that, yada, yada, yada. They could do that with the...
And use them idiots. And then, of course, about a dozen walkers start coming. Okay. Between them.
I don't want to bore you guys with going over all this. I don't know what he's about to say. I'll listen to it later. Maybe we'll break it down if it's interesting. But I will say, I've seen a lot of people talk about this scene, and I think they get it wrong because a lot of people say that, oh man, they can't handle the walkers, so they want to run away. No, the idea is they don't even want to risk anybody dealing with the walkers. There's no reason to. Bounce, leave the shit, come back, grab it, maybe in a few minutes, maybe tomorrow. Like, that's their whole thinking is there's no reason to get caught up. And if you look at them, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's at least 20 walkers right there we're looking at. There's no reason to even do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea. It's not like they can't handle. They did No Way Out. They can handle it, but it was very dangerous. Their idea is, why do something dangerous when you could just run off and be good? So that was the mentality there. And then it got all spun into shit about the kid running back, and you can break that down all you want. Yeah, it was stupid of him to go back. Yeah, we got a ninja zombie and yada yada yada, but we'll break that down in a different video. I don't want to bore you guys going over that shit. Dude, guys, with a $5 dono. I haven't gotten to 1,000 subscribers yet, but I have gotten to 150. On the road to 100. Well, how long's your channel been out? Because, I mean, unless you're doing stupid clickbait videos, like, it takes a while. If you're doing authentic videos, if you're going to do some really stupid shit, you can get subscribers quick. You know, but it's going to be, you got to target the younger audience, to be honest. If you want it to grow overnight, you got to target the younger audience. But if you want to grow an authentic, you know, community, it's going to take time, bro. It really will. Intrinsian with another $5 donation. Oh no, that's the same one, but I'm going to read it anyway. Here's to the Deeper Into series. We all love that kind of stuff. It keeps the donation up. The more you donate, the longer it keeps it up. That's why I got it confused. But let me just make sure I didn't miss any others. Dude Guys with a $2 dono said, a couple of people are butthurt I mentioned Fear. I haven't seen any bad comments yet. Only Alyssa W said you should take calls. I want to. And in 2019, we will likely have that up and running. Dude guy said, how much of Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 do you blame on Gimple? Oh, wasn't he a big part of it? No, Gimple is overseeing it. The showrunners are writing it. I don't blame much on him. Spin with a $5 dono said, Howling Wolf reminded me that Rick says, I'm sorry this happened to you. Nod to Bicycle Girl. Scene. Dono on behalf of Howling Wolf. Yeah, that could be it. I'm gonna have to keep a closer eye on that breakdown for the Deeper Into series, but it's the same words, so it could be a nod to that. Big Dog 12088 with a $5 dono. What episode we will see the Whispers? What episode do I think we'll see the Whispers? 7-ish. Dude guys, a couple of people I already read that. Dude guys, $5 dono. Filming for the Doomsday Kingdom movie will start soon. I bought a mask for my character online and can start filming some of his scenes. Nice, buddy. Dude guys with another. Oh, he got a couple in a row with a $5. Morgan survived Lucille. He should survive All Out War, but him surviving the Whisperer War is hard to imagine, so maybe he's playing it smart. Well, Morgan's not even around, so he'll survive it all. Why haven't they refused to give Jesus a decent part? 4 seasons now. How hard can it be to give him some material? That part I agree with. That's rough. Jesus in the show has gotten overlooked, and that's really rough. He should have more than that. Even when he's on screen, it just kind of feels... I don't know, man. It feels off. Like, it's not terrible when I was watching tonight. I was sitting there like, okay, I like this, but I want a little more. I want a little more of the Jesus. And then when he got with Maggie, he was talking to her, and it was good, but I just want a little more. And I think what I want is a little something different. I want the comic Jesus to come out a little more. Dude, guys. Oh, I already read that. Muse said, do you see Morgan ever coming back? At this point, no. I think they offered him the lead role in Fear to go over there. Yeah, I think that's what they did. I hope they give Aaron a bigger part, said Alex. I do too. For real. Especially since what they put him through. Oh, wait. I want to take this comment. Bridget Hammond says, see, I don't care if people hate The Walking Dead, but if you're gonna shit on it, your arguments shouldn't be as nitpicking and... Wait, it moved. And it as to be a bit more grounded, or else you're arguing realism in a show about zombies. Well, I don't know whose comment you're referring to, but I will say... and that's the thing. When it comes to adding a little spice to some scenes, like the decorative floor breaking and yada yada yada, yeah, like you can always nitpick those to death. But I still do argue for grounded and realism in a zombie show, because what makes the Walking Dead so awesome in the very beginning is because this was zombies being the only sci-fi element. Everything else was grounded in reality, and I think that's what makes it so interesting when it first came out, is because of that. So I do stand by that, but at the same time, you need to have those elements that are a little more interesting, having shit fall apart, like maybe the decorative floor. Maybe that could have been polished differently. In my opinion, everything can be. Muse says, yes, but if Fear fails, do you see Morgan coming back? Yeah, I think there's always a chance for him to come back, for sure. Spin said, Ronnie, please stop watching that freak. Please. I didn't know that was his channel when I clicked on it. The Thinkery. And again, keep in mind, I don't know anything about him, so if he's a good dude, I don't know. If he's a huge asshole, I don't know. I've only seen a couple like what's happening now tidbits, maybe like 5 minutes worth, and it seemed rational. What I watched seemed rational, so that's why when I heard his voice, I was like, oh, all right. But he does, even when I watched without being negative, he does just seem like a more he doesn't seem like grounded with the average Joe. He seems spoiled. He seems like he comes from a place of privilege, and I mean real privilege, not white privilege. Don't give me that fucking shit. And I mean, when I was growing up, privilege meant money and ease and wealth and having life easy and shit like that. That's the only privilege I know about. That's the only privilege in my version of reality. That's the only thing that exists. I've seen white people go through fucking horrendous shit. I've seen people of any, race or creed or whatever gender go through horrendous shit. The only people I've seen get it easy, for the most part, is really wealthy people. So, and don't pull that, a wealthy person got cancer shit, because I've seen people who are dirt poor with cancer, and you better believe cancer is fucking, it's foul, it's rough, it's hard. But if you can have your pick of being filthy rich with cancer or dirt poor with cancer, there's a level of comfort that just makes something. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's god awful, but there's still that line where some of it's just absolute agonizing torture. Michelle said, do you think they'll keep Aaron around without his arm? The CGI costs. Yes, only because he doesn't have to be in it as much as a leading man like Rick. Lady Luther, we're going to wrap it up now. I just lost track of time. I think we actually extended our time by a lot. Lady Luther says, how long do you think it'll be before Negan gets any substantial screen time? I know the writers are trying to make the haters happy, which usually ends up backfiring on them. I could see Negan getting a few minutes in season 3, maybe a few more minutes in season 5, but I see Negan getting more screen time in the second half. RJ Scum says, you'll be wealthy when your comic takes off. I hope so. We'll only be wealthy through the merchandise, though. Funny enough, the actual comic itself, there's not a lot of profit to be made, even when it does good. As far as, Spin, I got to go into specifics about that later. Cancer doesn't discriminate. That was a poor example, but I'll go into more specifics what I mean about that later.
I want you to see, how do I shut down the volume because it's too loud.
Well, give me a second. I'm actually about to shut this off because
No.
I have to, honey.
No.
Right here. See?
I think.
Yeah, with the comic and taking off, listen to me right now. Listen. Open your ears. I started putting together, a while ago I wanted to do a superhero story. I had this really neat idea, and I was working it around in my head about what to do specifically. And I wanted to take a title from one of the Walking Dead story arcs called Life Among Them. In The Walking Dead, it was about life among the walkers. And I wanted to do one called Life Among Them about superheroes. But I had this really dark idea, right? Well, the past few days, it's just been gnawing at me about this idea. And I want to do a pitch video and talk with you guys about it, because I think I got something that is fucking brutal, man. And I think, shit. I'll talk with you guys in a couple days, but I want to kind of structure it a little better, but I think it can be some epic shit, man. Epic shit.
Dad?
What's up, honey?
What's a tourist?
A tourist?
Tourist.
It's like somebody who goes around to an area on vacation.
Okay, good.
Dude, guys, with a $10 donation. A New Beginning doesn't have most of its comic characters. Andrea, Carl, Sophia, Heath, Dwight, and we're about to lose Rick and Maggie. All that's left are Aaron, Michonne, Negan, and Diet Jesus. I think there's a couple more. There's Eugene. You didn't count Eugene. There's Rosita. Some of them die, but there's still a few more. Father Gabriel. He was in the New Beginning. He didn't last throughout it in the comic, but there's more. There's just, you're right. There's just not those up front in the more prominent figures, you know. It's going to be rough. Dude, guys, with the last super chat says, these are all my super chats for the next few weeks. I start a new job tomorrow, and we'll see how things are in a couple paychecks. Don't even stress it. I absolutely appreciate your support up until this point. If you got to get your shit right, go and get your shit right first. I definitely appreciate it.
What the heck are you?
We're going to take the last few questions, and then I got to shut it down.
For the last few questions, whoever wants to see Chibi, you can see him now.
Alex57 said, do you think... Careful, she'll get your other nose. Do you think that Justin saw a Whisperer wearing a Savior skin? You know, I don't think so. I can't see it just because of the way he reacted here. Put her down. She's not in the mood. She's definitely not in the mood. Put her down. I just can't see it. I can't. You know, if they do that, they do that, but I just can't see it. Forzy said, I don't know if you watched The Office or not, but after Michael left it... No, my brother loves that show, but I heard of it, and I know what you mean by him leaving and it not being the same.
Wait, what? Who left?
Honey, it's old news. It's old news.
No, I know that show.
All right, you're yelling. It's the I don't know. One of the guys in The Office isn't in The Office anymore. Rebecca Benham said, what are your thoughts on Gabriel? Getting it before Daryl? Good on him. Good on him.
Chibi loves her ball.
What is that, Chibi?
She plays with
honey,
it.
I want you to put her down. She's playing right now.
She plays.
Ronnie, I really think Justin saw the black-haired Savior dude, and the Savior will kill Justin to frame Rick and gang. As of right now, that's one of the only ones it can be. You know, it's got to be someone he knows. His reaction is the most telling. Dude, guys, with a 10-hour chat. A New Beginning doesn't have... Oh, I already did that one. Musical Chef 94 says, is Rick getting his head on the spike or what? Awesome work, Ronnie. Thank you very much for the support. I don't think he's getting his head on a spike. I really don't. Take a walk with me. Was Ezekiel swinging in 901 a callback to a walker that fell through the ceiling in the season 4 premiere? It could be. We'd have to figure out why the callback, though. Let's dissect it real quick. You had a helicopter on the roof, which weakened the roof, which made the walker fall down. We have a helicopter now. We have Ezekiel falling through the roof. Other than that, if you guys have any other connections, let me know. All right, let's find a good question to end this with.
With your little tiny ball.
Wait, Dylan Patrick said, if Henry gets Carl's storyline with Lydia, can you see a Carol versus Alpha rivalry? I think that it'll make it decent without Rick. Hey, shut that down right now.
Copyright.
Yeah.
It's off.
All right. I think that's definitely possible. Hey, Ronnie, don't you think Negan should be out of prison before the time jump? If not, he would be in prison for 5 to 6 years. Too long. The time jump's tricky. I don't even know if they're doing one. If they're doing one, that changes the game. Because then Negan's going to be free. Then we're going to come back with yada, yada, yada. I think it would be easier to have him just locked up the whole time. And then have his story remixed and changed when they come back. Maggie and Rick's final episode is the same. No, apparently Rick is in 5 and Maggie is in 6. Maggie. That's hilarious. Yeah, Juliet said copyright. Because of the song was playing.
I'm like, copyright. Why is there more boys? I
Yeah, that smoke detector. Listen, I went up to that smoke detector, right? I've never had an apartment where I couldn't change the smoke detector. I went up there, got the step stool, went up, grabbed it, turned, and it was like, I was like, holy jeez. So I got another little step stool just to make sure I was right up on it because the walls were high. I grabbed that bitch and I was like my eyes were gonna pop out of my head. I was sweating and I'm yanking on it and I'm thinking, is there some kind of locking mechanism on this? Like it's a little piece of plastic and that motherfucker will not budge. I mean, it will not budge. It's an awkward angle because the ceilings are so high, but I'm putting everything in it. I was like, damn. There's a cutie that works in the office though, so I'm gonna go in the office tomorrow and be like, hey babe.
I dare you.
And then get slapped.
I dare you.
Don't dare me. I'll do it.
I already did.
I'll leave with a restraining order, but at least I'll get the smoke detector done and dealt with. All right, we got to shut it down. We're running far longer than we were supposed to, but that's fine because we got a ton of support. A ton of super chats came in supporting the channel, keeping it up and running. And check for a camera. I'll look for one. Did I turn it the other way? No, I was turning it the right way. I did make sure I put a flashlight up, made sure the arrows were going right, you know. I know righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, you know, I've been doing that for years, but, you know, when I went up, I just figured maybe this is some kind of backwards shit. So, it will not come off. I even tried pulling on it. I was like, at this point, I'll break this bitch to pull it down, but it's solid. It is insane. I've never seen I've seen smoke detectors. I've had plenty back home in Pennsylvania where they're so flimsy you can turn it, pull it off, and crumble it in your hands like a fucking giant or a beast. This thing is like metal. It feels like a tank when I go up to it. I've never seen no smoke detector like this. It is insane. Anyway, I'm going to get rolling. Thank you guys very much for the support. The mods holding it down on the channel. Those supporting financially through super chats. We had a couple people hit up the PayPal me link. Thank you very much. The Patreons, absolutely, all the support, and keep an eye out for the Deeper Into The Walking Dead episode 902. I'm gonna do my absolute best to get it out on Tuesday. If I rush it and have it look like ass, it'll be done on Monday, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just wait till Tuesday. I'll do my prediction video on Monday, and I'll get the Deeper Into on Tuesday, and then the rest of the week we'll get up a bunch of random stuff. I actually have a couple videos already ready to go, so maybe I'll post their reviews. I think it's like comic reviews and stuff like that, so for those interested, I'll at least get that posted. So just keep an eye out for the Deeper Into, though. I want to make sure those who are interested in those know that that's something new. It's just like the Analyzed, but better. It's what the Analyzed was always supposed to be, but when I was designing the structure of it, I don't know. When I was putting it together, I just needed... it was a lot of what I liked, but I wanted more to it, and I still want more to it. But you guys will get that when we revisit it, when there's no timeline. Like, there's a deadline to get this done. So when there's no deadline, I really hope to add a lot more to it. So thank you very much, guys. He sounds like Sargon A. Oh, that other video? I think it is. All right. Good night, guys. Love you guys. And find all the links you need down below. Next Sunday, also, right here, same time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. That fucking smoke alarm.
At the last minute.
I know.